Colombian striker arrived as a prolific scorer for Porto and Atletico Madrid but hit only 5 goals in 2 seasons on loan from Monaco in England, the first with Manchester United and the second as a teammate of Cahill's at Chelsea. Falcao looked a shadow of the player he had been in Portugal and Spain and struggled to regain his confidence and sharpness after suffering a serious knee injury with Monaco in January 2014, but he resurrected his career once he returned to his parent club, and Cahill fears the 32-year-old will be looking to make a point in the last 16 tie against Gareth Southgate's team in Moscow on Tuesday. Cahill saw it first-hand Falcao's struggles at Stamford Bridge but remembers, painfully, the lethal hitman who scored a hat-trick for Atletico against Chelsea in the UEFA Super Cup in 2013. Clearly Falcao had a difficult time in the Premier League, but outside of England he's a very high-profile player and has scored many goals, he said. At Chelsea, we were on the end of his hat-trick for Atletico in the Super Cup. So he's a goal scorer. He's proved that. It was a bit stop-start for him in England, he didn't get loads of opportunities, he was in for 1 or 2 games then he was out and not even getting a full 90 minutes. That was his frustration with us, he never really got up and running, didn't have a good spell of games to get back to find any sort of form. Obviously there was competition for places as well. I'm sure a huge amount was probably confidence. He had that spell at United, then he had that spell at us. He was short of sharpness at both of them. But he showed his character, went back to Monaco to find his form again. I suppose the rest is history. He's rediscovered his form and he's banging in the goals for Monaco and Colombia. He's a key player for them. Fellow England defender John Stones also has good reason to fear Falcao after being given a torrid time by him when Monaco knocked Manchester City out of the Champions League quarter-finals in 2017. Falcao scored twice in the first leg at the Etihad, leaving Stones on the seat of his pants, before chipping Willy Caballero for his second goal. Caballero denied him a hat-trick however, with a penalty save. Cahill said, Falcao's tricky in the box, he likes to come off the shoulder a little bit, and we saw that in training, that he's a decent finisher. If he gets half a chance he normally hits the target. Everyone knows him, everyone's aware of him, his ability. Another Colombia player who didn't get much of a chance to make an impact at Stamford Bridge but has rebuilt his career elsewhere is winger Juan Cuadrado. Bought by Jose Mourinho in 2015, he made only 15 appearances, 4 of them starts, without scoring before being loaned, and eventually sold to Juventus, where he has won 3 consecutive league and cup doubles. After leaving us, Cuadrado has had a fantastic time at Juventus, said Cahill. He has played in some huge games for them. He has blistering pace, is very tricky. He is definitely one of the threats. Colombia are a very good team. I watched some of the final group game against Senegal and they have got some dangerous individual players, like Falcao and Cuadrado. It will be a tough game. I see it as the business end of the tournament now, a knockout, and the longer you stay in this competition, the better the quality is going to be, so it's going to be harder and harder. A boost for England could be the absence of another of Colombia's main stars, James Rodriguez, who missed the final group game with an ankle injury. Real Madrid player, who spent the second half of last season on loan at Bayern Munich, is in a race against time to be fit for Tuesday's clash.